Fast Track Insurance, 1800. My Gift is $2. The son of Not Now Cato getting back in trip, Robert Hannum. Well, he gave My Gift as the gift on the Punters Lounge back on the 6th of July and got us home there at around $3. $2.80 for Obsessive. Stephen Hunt bringing you in for the first on the program. Again, it's almost like an Andoyas Sultan of Swing situation. Can you give us a lead around runners 2 and 6 in the first?
Cracking race to kick off the program, Matt. Obsessive v My Gift. Obsessive holds 2 times more money than My Gift. My Gift did touch in the red $1.90, $1.95 yesterday. Just back out to even money, $2 on the warm support around number 6, Obsessive at $2.80. Got as short as $2.70. Just back out to $2.80, and there's for a couple of reasons. Overall, just to tighten up the percentage, Matt. But this is a money back refund second, third, fourth, up to $30. And they're speaking a couple here just in the last 2 hours this morning. Divine Duke, 10 into 8, and also Ticket to Ride, 12 into 950. So those two that sit in the third and fourth line of betting have been well supported. I think that's to do around the money back special, but in terms of the best lead, from what I can see around smart money, Obsessive is the go, 280 into 270, back out to 280, holds 2 times more money than the current favourite in My Gift.
Yeah, we had Clayton Chipperfield on the show this morning suggesting that the horse had travelled down beautifully and he's looking forward to seeing what he can do for the remainder of his campaign. Speed map-wise, Bevan Sweeney, as we come to you, this might play its part. Ticket to Ride, Manhattan Street, thinking they'll punch forward, but the two favourites should get a good run.
Well, it's just such an interesting race in that there are so many different scenarios that might unfold here. Ticket to Ride may get it really, really soft here in front and just lead them all the way. I think Robbie Hannum, if that was unfolding after the first 800 metres, would put My Gift right into this particular race and try and make it a really truly run 1800 metres, because Obsessive only went the 1550 last time and hits a fitter horse, and the 1800 metres will be like 2200 metres today. The blinkers are going on. Ophelia Lee, does that improve her chances? Divine Duke, if there's no speed, will find it a battle to come from back. So I'm just not sure. This might be all about rider initiative, and I think Robbie Hannum showed on this day what he thinks of this horse. It's the toughest, and he took off a long way from home, put pressure into this race, and it ran away and hid, really, didn't it, by an absolute margin. Now, this may happen again today, but there's better quality in this race. Obsessive is a smart horse, no doubt about that. Divine Duke can finish off oh so strongly. Maybe Taranaki doesn't suit Divine Duke 100%, but it is a very, very smart horse. And then you've also got Athena Baby, who's got ability. Ophelia Lee has a swing in the weights. This is Obsessive, who got Punters home in the pick 6, the big pick 6, and Hazel just cuddled this horse for a long way down the home straight, and it found beautifully over the last 150 metres to win very, very authoritatively. So it's a nice performance. This was in a rating 72. It's up to 82. This is a stronger field, no doubt about that. Ophelia Lee gets a swing in the weights. You see her down towards the inside, and she is brave and probably in the worst of the track conditions, or worse than Obsessive being in, but there's clear ability here. So as far as the selection race, I'm going to go with My Gift on top, because I think Robbie will be very assertive on My Gift and put this horse right into the race and make it a really tough staying test. That may test Obsessive out, but as a punting proposition, I'm with Obsessive at the 2.8. I thought that was a really nice price. I thought they'd be a lot closer together in the market. So selections are 2 and 4. Investing, it's certainly into the 4. Outside of that, Divine Duke, he will get home nicely if there's enough speed in this particular race. That's the real key about him. And look, Ophelia Lee with the swing in the weights, the blinkers going on. We saw the House midweek put the blinkers on Francesca Kate, and she delivered really, really strongly. That might just turn Ophelia Lee around a fraction and find the required lengths. But the 2 and the 4, they look as though they will fight out the first on the program.
Over to race number 2 now. This is the Devon Hotel and Marbles Restaurant, to be run over 2,000 metres. Beach Daz Bro is $2.90, $3.80 for Hyam Nikita, $4.60 Charlie Horse. We've had the one scratching here, Stephen Hunt. Cape de Jour came out. Prior to that, Beach Daz Bro was $4.20. Is there money coming for it, or is that just a case of the scratching coming out?
A little bit of both, to be honest, Matt. Around number 7, Beach Daz Bro. Again, a sense of timing. 2 starts over a staying trip. Has been running home nicely. Third up, 2,000 metres. Should be fit enough to cop the heavy track conditions. Barrier 4, Danielle Johnson. Good to see her back. 290, one of the better back in this particular race. Saying that, they're winning the spec number 6, Hyam Nikita. I think her price will be dictated by My Gift in the first, after running second to My Gift last start at Tauranga. Currently $3.80 off a peak of $4. Charlie Horse has been cold. Indigenous Union for the Baker Forsman runner stable. Interesting that it's been quite friendless, this particular runner. 750 out to 8. And these are the ones they're speaking in this middle market. Silk, big improver second up according to Punters. 11, got as high as 13 into 11. Dr. Hank, I think with that claim, look for this horse to push forward. Doesn't quite have the figures left-handed v right-handed Dr. Hank, but it opened at $17, short as $14 this morning, Matt. Now trading at $11, Dr. Hank. And Hamiltonian with the blinkers on, also a losing result, currently at $19.
Yeah, 6.5 kilo drop in weight there for Dr. Hank, who was beaten last time behind Rodmar in what's a pretty decent form race. Let's have a look at the speed map, and you would imagine Dr. Hank will be finding his way up on or near the speed. He's ricked and beached as Barrow. A race we spoke about on the show yesterday. Bevan, has much changed in your mind since then?
Not a heck of a lot. I've realised that you can move a horse. Dr. Hank has really crashed in the market with your thoughts yesterday, Matt, so best of luck with that. Look, I'm a big fan of Hyam Nikita. This is a horse that has actually stung the bookies on a couple of occasions, fresh up, second up into Trentham, and I think it hasn't had a lot of luck across its last couple of starts. I know it's a filly against the older horses in a rating 72, but she does have really good strong ability. She's more than capable on these track conditions as well, and here at home she's getting a little bit of weight off her back. I see Holly's only claiming half a kilo, but this is her performance at Tauranga. She sort of got back the state. Look, the question mark in my mind is what they do from the hop. She probably maps if they just flop out of the gates to get 3 or 4 back the fence, and I don't think that'll be any place to be today. The other way of going, I think this horse is much better than this way of going at Tauranga as well, so I thought this is a really brave effort. The winner, My Gift, well, we've spoken about My Gift today. It dominated the field at its next start, and she just kept on rolling beautifully to the line this day. So, look, I'm very keen on Hyam Nikita. I think she's a smart horse. Outside of that, I've got a feeling around Indigenous Union that you might see a much improved performance third up about it. I thought it was the each-way proposition in the race. Beach Dash Bro, I'm never overly keen on a horse that's had those 6 minor placings from the 11 and been beaten in a couple of head bobbers to really back strongly at a short price. If there was a bit more value in the market for me, then certainly it would be a bet, but it's in for third for mine. And then outside of that, look, Charlie Horse, I've thrown him in, and he often struggles to take that step up from 65 into 72, but he's a good tough horse who's fit at the present moment. But look, I'm a little bit keen on a couple of 3-year-old fillies against the older horses today, and one of them is Hyam Nikita in race 2.
Well, speaking of 3-year-old fillies, there's a couple of very smart ones lining up at the next couple of races we look at. Race number 4, 380 Annie OK, 380 Akira, Penelope Cruz at $4.50. I'll pass the baton straight to you here, Stephen Hunt, because this is just full of intrigue. We've got form lines coming from everywhere. We've got Akira, who's only had the 2 starts to the races, Penelope Cruz with the wrap on it. Can you give me a lead in the 4th?
Well, to be honest, Matt, they're punting 4 or 5. It's chopped and changed throughout the week. Early in the week, they're pretty keen on Akira. Opened at $4.40. There was the scratching of the stablemate London Express this morning, which races in the next race against the older horses at 72 level. But Annie OK have been well supported right from the opening whistle when this market opened on Thursday afternoon. 380 each of 2, Annie OK and Akira. Basically matching dollar for dollar at this stage. So no lead on the 2 favourites. Penelope Cruz, the one that has a big opinion around the stable, well supported at $4.50. But again, when you're landing between the 2 stablemates, Akira and Penelope Cruz, Akira holds 2 times more money at this stage. Red Forest has been well supported, in particular this morning, as high as $9 during the week, got as short as $6, now $5. So there's your market move in terms of a price, Red Forest. And Thomas Aquinas has burnt punters earlier in its campaign, but it's starting to hit a pretty good form line, had a couple wins in its last 3 starts. So punters reinvesting around Thomas Aquinas 8 into 7. So no strong lead, just keep a close eye on this particular market. I think we could see a shift in the last 5 minutes of trading.
You're hearing Alan Sharrock on the radio this morning with Albie Gain and Peter Early. He was just full of praise for both of his fillies here, Akira and Penelope Cruz, suggesting that they both worked very well during the week, and Akira had been working in the blinkers as well. And she's got those blinkers on, Bevan Sweeney. Is that enough for her to go 2 out of 3?
Yeah, I think they're very, very competitive. Look, I'm around the top 3 favourites in this particular race. I do see the speed map playing out there. Bobby Dazzler leading, Thomas Aquinas sitting outside. I think that puts Red Forest back towards the inside and Annie OK in the 1-1. So Annie's going to get her chance in the run, and then you're going to have Penelope and Akira coming from behind them and trying to get across the top of them. They both can, for sure. This is the race with the London Express. She goes around to the next, as mentioned by Stephen. Tiger, it was a nice fourth, so there's probably a little bit of value in the market there. And Akira, who was really, really good. Pick up Platinum Rapper. This horse is here going around in the Open Eki Cup. It's 41.31 now, so I think it's a bit better chance than that. But I thought London Express wins here, and then she hits a flat spot. She finds the line again, and you're going to pick up a horse flying out wide late here in Akira. The winner's going really well for Lonnie Kelly, isn't it, under Bridie Ansell? But look at Akira the last little bit. It's a bit more wide open at Awapuni than here, so that's a slight question mark, but I think she even surprised Alan on that occasion, because talking post or pre the race, he just thought London Express wins and Akira would find the step up a little bit difficult on the day, but yeah, she's trained on with the blinkers on. Look out. And this is a great learning experience for Penelope Cruz. The track conditions was a slow 9, so they went pretty quick this day, and it was only 1,200 metres on the back of a freshen up. She'll learn so much from this. She had to come through the field. She sort of was a little bit on one rein, and then when she got a bit of clear air, she really did finish off the 1,200 metres very, very strongly. Her win at Otaki was oh so dominant over a horse that's gone on and won nicely since. Look, she will learn so much out of that performance, and I think she'll handle these track conditions. So it's 7 and 8, 8 and 7 for mine, with Annie right in the mix to be against him. I thought Bobby Dazzler might be left out. Can you back all three and make a profit, Matt? You probably can. So that might be the way we'll be looking at this particular race. I know Alan has said on a couple of occasions he thinks Penelope Cruz is going to find a very high grade. It might not be today with these track conditions, but look, I'm probably going to, if she gets out to $5, then she's a certain investment for me. I went 7, 8, 5 and 3 in race 4.
Whilst we're on the Alan Sharrock run, we'll continue that over to the next race, the 5th on the program. 2 runners in here for him. London Express and Mars Bars, they share favouritism. He's opted to go in the higher grade with London Express, but does have the weight off its back. Those on the minimum, no claims, so that's an obvious aid for both of his runners here. $4 each of 2 here, Stephen Hunt's. Come start time of race number 5, can you see one or the other going clear favourite, or is this a sign of things to come?
Oh, look, what I'm getting told by punters, number 1, London Express will start fave, whether it's shorter than $4 or you get the drift out to Mars Bars. The fact that London Express, they weren't too sure which race they were going to contest the previous or this race the last 24 hours. The money was on Mars Bars, but now the decision has been made earlier this morning around about 8 o'clock. The money has come from London Express this morning, v Mars Bars. So, yeah, look, in the last 2 to 3 hours, number 1 is the lead around the 2 stablemates. Outside that, La Landoni, who paid at a reasonable price last start, was against any expectation, but they're pretty keen this time in, and at third favourite at $4.80. Jonathan Parks from the Ace Draw has been well supported, $6.50 top fluck, now as short as 4.8. Manhattan Flame, I think, ideally suited at 1,400 metres, $5.50. And Liquid Inspiration has been well supported on the backup of rewarding punters at around about a similar quote at Awapuni a couple of weeks ago in that pick 6 leg. $8, got as short as $7.50. Back out to 9, just back into $8.50. So some fluctuations around Liquid Inspiration. Just has to tick the 7 furlongs, but that has been a well-supported runner this morning. So in terms of overall, no clear lead, but London Express, if I had the crystal ball, I think that will start fave from what I'm seeing the last 2 hours of trading.
Yeah, no concerns getting to 1,400, you would imagine either. Of course, good enough to run in the soliloquy earlier on in the season, and that sort of race hardening always helps, doesn't it, Bevan Sweeney? We liked London Express in both races yesterday. What about the speed map here? Does that determine anything for you?
Not a lot, because I don't think there's a massive amount of speed in this particular race. I think La Land Don will be reluctant to get back on the inside. So she's probably going to try and hold one off. It's going to be a real shuffle up. It'll be, maybe by this point of the day, it'll be where the track is best. You won't really worry. You'll just try and get that line of running, I expect. And I don't think the inside will be the place to be. Look, I was very keen London Express yesterday. I think if she is at her best today, she'll win this race. With 57 on her back in 72 grade. Look, she's a winner in 82 grade against some serious horses. And she's a black type winner. Her campaign hasn't been disappointing, for sure. Look, I think she actually pulled a muscle at Trentham. She had a little bit of time off with that ailment, and then came back at Awapuni and ran a great race. So I think she's a massive improver into today. Hazel's taking 3 off her back. If she's at her absolute fever pitch, she wins. That's my opinion. That said, there are some really smart track gallopers in here, a little bit more senior, and I talk of Mars Bars. She's got a wet track record, not a winner in that condition, very short, sharp sprint. I just favour London Express more. Rock On Line, this horse will be heading to Rickon, you'd imagine, and pick up a success down there. Liquid Inspiration, as we see here, was very good in the Liga pick 6 last time with Manhattan Flame, who's going really, really nicely, and you're throwing La Land Don, who handles wet tracks and played the field also, and it becomes tricky if you're not willing to really circle out London Express as the most progressive horse in the race. It's always hard with the fillies against the older horses, but I'm just thinking if she's at her fever pitch, and I think with a little bit of money up, she'll be right on the mark today. I think she'll be winning. But this is a really nice effort. Loves the wet tracks. Liquid Inspiration got one, delivered nicely. Manhattan Flame was very, very good. And I think there's Kirkland flying home for third. He goes Oteki. You might be wanting to back him. I went London Express on top over Mars Bars. I think Manhattan Flame's in the mix and Liquid Inspiration for sure, Matt. But you've got to find one. They asked us to find one for the day, though it's an each way all day proposition here with the track conditions. I am going with London Express as my best on the program.
Oh, nice work, Bevan. I like your thoughts around London Express. Here's Manhattan Flame meeting Liquid Inspiration. 2 kilos better off on a small margin, so a chance to turn that around. Well, the feature race of the day, what a tidy field assembled for the Powerworks Open Aki Cup, 1,400 metres the trip. $2.40, Helena Baby. We heard from Donovan Mansell. He was full of praise for the son of Guillotine. Looking for win 5 at start number 7 this afternoon. $8 Red Sierra. It's been backed in by the looks of things, and Totoro Pearl at $8.50. First of all, Stephen, what's the market confidence around Helena Baby like? And is there anything else in the field that we should be worried about rolling the favourite?
Well, as soon as this betting commenced all the way back on Wednesday afternoon, Matt, they were very keen on Helena Baby at the opening line of $2.40, a number of 4-figure bets, including $2,500 at $2.40. To get its price down to $2.30 the day of Thursday and the majority of Friday. But just in the last 24 hours, we have seen a bit of specking for horses around Helena Baby to get its price back to its opening line of $2.40. I don't think we're far off in terms of its closing price around Helena Baby at 2.4. They're specking at it, but none of those 4-figure bets since Wednesday. The horses they're looking to spec, number 3, New York Minute, got as high as $12, bought back into 10, but willing to take this horse on. The fact that it can be a rail horse, that's where you see a lot of its best figures, and from a wide gate and being at the back end of the day, that might not be the place to be. And Rosewood, they've spec'd, as I mentioned at the top of the show, opened at 11, got as high as 14, bought back into $12, but again, willing to take this horse on. It's a get-back horse. It's going to give a lot of horses with lightweights, a lot of lengths coming around the turn, and with that 58.5, just willing to take on Rosewood, who has been a horse that's got us in the past. The horses they do like and down in the weights, Red Serrera, which you touched on, 9 into 8, and Totoro Pearl, probably one of the better back runners just in the last hour or two, got as high as $9 back into $8.50.
Bevan, as we come to you, fantastic field assembled. We spoke about this in depth on the show yesterday. We were sort of both of the opinion that Helena Baby could either win by 10, or we wouldn't be surprised if something at double figures was to win. Speaking of double figures, there's plenty of them with chances here.
Oh, it's just a hatful, really. Look, I think the bookmaker's got the price right, albeit, in my opinion, it's probably just sitting a little bit short. I mean, you can't set a horse that's got a record like that at any sort of long odds when you come into a race like this. But when you factor in it's stepping up in grade, it's going to be on a track that it's probably never dipped its toe in. I know it's got heavy track form, but nothing like this. I just thought, you know, there's going to be some value outside it, and that's probably where I'll look, although I've got massive respect for the horse itself. This is New York Minute. Now, this is going to be my top selection in the race. I think she's a toff in this sort of ground. I forgive Trentham. It's just one of those places, Trentham. I thought this second up run was very, very good this way of going. I think it's much better coming back this way of going. Look, I've got so much respect around to the Baker Forsman team. Its draw's probably going to be perfect by this time of the day. I think the loose nature of this track is probably going to be a suitable factor. And I thought this just showed there's enough improvement, and the mare hasn't given up on racing yet to say she'll run a race here and be very, very difficult to roll here in this year's Open Aki Cup. And I never dreamed you'd be getting $10 on her when she opened up. What did she end up, $1.80 at Trentham when she got beaten by Dr. Watson. So I'm going to go with her on top and suggest to you she's the best value on the program here in the feature on the day. That said, I've got a lot of respect around Helena Baby. That will be in for second, and it may just run away and hide. But look, always the step up is always a concern on these sort of track conditions. But look, has to be given all due respect. John's spoken highly, and the horse has delivered on his opinions. Outside of that, I look towards Totoro Pearl, who just seems to be going the right way and will be in the mix for a long way with the record here. And let's not forget Rosewood. I know she's going to be back in the run, but she's done it on so many occasions, and she's back this way going at home, that she might just be able to pick them up and drop them like she has across the last couple of preparations. We're leaving out some smart horses. Red Sierra here now, he's going well. Battle Time's got so much money on it. Comebacks put them together, and 7th up is a quality horse. It is one of the better runnings of the Opunake Cup. Let's have a look at a strategy for the day. $100 to spend again here this afternoon. As Kerry said when we started, it's an each way all day process, so I'm going to have 4 shots at it. My best bet is London Express. My best value is New York Minute. My $100 strategy, I'm going to put 25 on High Nikita, like that horse, Penelope Cruz, London Express, and then we'll put 25 on New York Minute. So in races 2, 4, 5 and 6, and 25 on the nose. If we hit one, then we'll be in a positive position